Hello everyone, welcome to the review of Unit 7, Hands Off. So to give you a quick summary, what we talked about earlier in the preview was how there is a taxi driver that is essentially suing or pressing charges against a woman in her 50s in Anyang, Gyeonggi province, where she reportedly kind of rubbed the shoulders of the taxi driver.
Press charges.
Press charges.
Now, I don't know in what way, how long, or the details, but he claims, she sexually harassed him, even though she had no intent, or her intention was not to do that. I mean, she even reported to the police that, she was just trying to cheer him up in discussion. So, not quite sure what kind of situation happened, but the taxi driver, instead of laughing it off, he took it very seriously and is pressing charges against her.
Laugh something off.
Laugh something off.
And generally, the situation with taxi drivers can be tense, or, they often give, passengers kind of a piece of their mind. They do that a lot. They're very easy to speak strongly to people. And commenters about this news online were, saying this taxi driver is just doing this out of spite. Maybe trying to know he can get some money out of it or something.
Give somebody a piece of one's mind.
Give somebody a piece of one's mind.
Out of spite.
Out of spite.
But other commenters are actually defending him, saying that she had no right to put her hands on his shoulders, even if there was no intent of doing something sexually or wrong. And that the kind of moral of the story is you should keep your hands to yourself. That boundaries should be respected.
That's safe.
Yeah, I remember my father telling me that line too. Keep your hands to yourself. And that I've used all through my life. You shouldn't have a reason to touch somebody.
Right.
But yeah, we'll have to wait and see what happens from this kind of situation that's ongoing. Now, do you believe that maybe this woman had bad intentions, she didn't mean to? As well as, what do you think it would happen the other way around if the taxi driver was a woman?
Yeah. So, she was with a companion, a male companion, I think. And she was 50 years old, and, knowing kind of the Korean ajumma, it's not uncommon for them to pull you off somewhere or rub your shoulders or do something. They have often have a very motherly kind of attitude and intention. So touching other people is not necessarily unusual. So I would like to believe that, probably she didn't have bad intentions. But I think the comment that if the situation was reversed, if the taxi driver was female and the passenger was male, that definitely would not have been seen the same.
I see.
Even, I'm not saying that men can't have good intentions when rubbing a woman's shoulders, but it tends to be taken more seriously by society. So, yeah, if the situation was reversed, it's possible to have good intentions, but definitely it would have made me uncomfortable if I was the driver. And, if I was a man, I don't want random people touching me. Like a female passenger, I wouldn't want that either. So, yeah, I think that she might not have had good or bad intentions, but probably shouldn't have done it. How about you?
Yeah, I think the sexual harassment is a stretch, a little far. But again, the news said that he asked her to stop,
right?
And she did it more, but I don't know how many more times. Total of 4 times. At what point did he say he doesn't want it, or asked her to stop? We really don't know those details. And it, to me, has it's pretty critical.
True.
Because also, how long did she rub? What kind of rubbing? Like if I pat someone's shoulder, they might say I rubbed their shoulder. So that's a tricky thing.
People have different interpretations of the same situation.
It's not like she gave him a shoulder massage, unless she did.
She might have.
I don't know.
Don't know what rubbing.
Yeah. So But if the shoe was on the other foot, I definitely think, you know, society would treat it much different. You know, a woman taxi driver and a male doing that, I think, you know, one time might be forgivable, but if it's like total 4 times, definitely the intention would be questionable. I don't know, but I think, as I said earlier, the moral of the story is keep your hands to yourself. You know?
It's better not to touch strangers.
Right.
I mean, if it's somebody you're close with and
Or-
you understand each other, then
Ask them, are you okay with this?
Exactly. And if they say no, you should definitely stop.
Absolutely. You don't have their consent, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's it for our review section. We'll see you on the next one.